Hello, magical souls, and welcome to the September 2021 Soul Download, where we're going to take a look at some soulful guidance for you to thrive during the month of September. As I tuned in today, I pulled out my journal and I just did some writing. I asked my soul, that highest part of me, highest part of you, highest part of all of us that is beyond ego, beyond suffering, beyond fear. And I said, soul, what are some things that are going to help us thrive and not get pulled into or down by the chaos during September? And I'd like to share a little bit of what came through. The first thing that came through is to see through the illusions, particularly the illusions that would make us think that you are my enemy or I am your enemy. All the politics and stuff, it's really time to let all that go for good. All the, well, I'm this party, you're that party, I'm left, you're right. That's not serving you or us as a collective anymore. So it's very important that we see that as a tool that's been used to divide and conquer us. And when we are divided and conquered, well, we're a little bit easier to manipulate and control. But when we don't buy into that anymore, it's freedom. I love having friends with different beliefs than me. At one time I didn't, because I used to think, well, if someone believes differently than me, then they're wrong. And I catch myself going into that sometimes still. But now I'm coming to a place where I really appreciate people who see things differently than I do. And I think one of the best things we can do is not just accept, yeah, it's okay that that person over there, as long as they stay out of my way, believes differently than me. But can we be okay engaging with them? Can it be okay to be friends with someone who is a completely different political ideology than you? Can you be friends with them? Can you hang out with them? Can you even have conversation about the differences and be okay that you're different? I do think, regardless of what side you're on, I'm seeing so much of this, I guess for lack of a better term, the cancel culture. Well, that person believes this, or that person voted for that person. They are canceled. Canceled out of my life. We should cancel them from social media. But censorship is a dangerous and a deadly tool. And it's not something that I ever want to advocate for, regardless of the side of the political spectrum. So letting go of the illusion that we are enemies of one another is going to be so liberating. When you catch yourself being triggered by someone who has a different viewpoint than you, stop, breathe, release. If it's intense, inhales through your nose, big sigh exhales through your mouth a few times to let it go. The other thing that's coming up in all of this, that almost might sound a little contradictory, but let me explain it, is personal sovereignty. Being sovereign, knowing who we are, standing firm for what we know is best for us and our families. That is actually one of the least selfish, most uniting things that we can do. Now, I know a lot of people would say, well, if you're standing up for yourself and your family first, that means you're probably disharmonized with other people. I actually don't believe so, and I don't see it that way. So let's dive into this a little bit. There has been this push through culture and society in recent times to try to make other people responsible for our own health and well-being. And not only is that disempowering for us, but it's not fair to other people. When you are your own best advocate, when you are practicing the best in self-care that you know how to do, that you're capable of, you're making yourself a healthier, happier, more balanced person. And you're taking responsibility for and accountability for your own health and happiness. It's not fair to expect someone else to make you healthy or make you happy. that will always lead to disappointment and poor health. So when we stop expecting others to make us happy, or when we quit trying to be responsible for the health and happiness of other people, then we stopped being drained. Especially for empaths. And empaths, I love you. I love you so much. But one of the temptations is, as an empath, there's kind of a mentality of, I can't be well and happy until everyone else is well and happy. And that is completely unrealistic. And it enslaves you and entraps you almost to like a martyr type of mindset. But when we go, you know what? I can't fix everyone. I'm not able to. I'm not supposed to. But I can make myself happy by giving myself what I need. I can make myself healthy by giving myself what I need. This sets us free. I liken it to the parent. I love working with parents, even though I'm not one. I love working with them because parents, particularly moms, will sacrifice themselves, throw themselves into the flames to make sure everyone else is well. But in doing so, can very much reach a place of depletion and burnout. But I've loved seeing so many moms, especially in recent years, have come to realize, if I'm always sacrificing and martyring myself, then I'm not as good of a parent. But when I say no to the spouse or the kids, to give myself some boundaries, some space, some time, I'm happier, I'm healthier, I'm more balanced. I have more patience with the family. It's a beautiful thing. So the self-care, the parent dedicated to self-care, really dedicated to, I've got to keep myself balanced and healthy. Those are the happiest parents. Those are the ones that don't fly off the handle as often. Doesn't mean it never happens, but it doesn't happen as often. So when you, in the context of society, go, you know what? I'm no longer going to expect my neighbor, my friends, the government, or anyone or anything else to keep me healthy and happy. I'm going to do it myself. Then you are that balanced, strong, happy, healthy person that is such a better, more contributing part of society, because you have taken accountability for and responsibility for your own health and well-being. It is liberation. It is freedom. So the last thing I want to say on that is that when we are expecting other people to make us healthy, other people to make us happy, when we put that onus on other people, we really are not set up for a sustainable way of living as a society. It is not sustainable for a society to constantly be using shame, blame, and guilt all the time. And we are kind of in that right now, societally. Shame, blame, and guilt. The lowest frequencies of behavior and emotion. So let's pull ourselves out of that. Let's remember that we have the power to take care of our own health and well-being. We have the power to take our health back if we have lost it. We have the power to make sure we are assertively taking care of our own needs, so that then, when the time comes, if needed, we can help others. I'm reminded of one of my favorite movies of all times. I've probably used this movie 100 times for illustrations, but Bridesmaids. Towards the end of the movie, the main character, her name is Annie in the movie, she's feeling so sorry for herself. She's been through some hard times. She's just pouting, depressed, hasn't showered in days, just laying on the couch. And the Melissa McCarthy character comes to her house and just really rakes her over the coals. It's amazing. But in that movie, she says, Annie, you're your problem, but you're also your solution. I love that. Some of the best movie wisdom ever. So I want to do a meditation with you that is oh so helpful to help us step out of trying to be responsible for everyone else or to get everyone else to be responsible for us. And it's taking our power back, asserting ourselves, asserting our rights to health and wellness and happiness. So if you happen to have citrine, it is a wonderful stone to use with this meditation. If not, don't worry about it. If you are an essential oil user, Valor is a great essential oil. Even ginger is a good essential oil. The place to put the oil if you're using it is on your solar plexus between the navel and the sternum. If you use ginger, you want to dilute it because it's a strong oil. And if you have citrine, I just encourage you to hold it at the solar plexus between the navel and the sternum. We're going to take 2 cleansing breaths with our eyes closed. Deep inhale through your nose, expand your belly outward, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale through the mouth, release the shoulder blades down the back and together. Sigh it out. One more time. Deep breath in through the nose, bring the shoulder blades up towards the ears. Exhale, sigh it out. Now bring your breath back in through the nose, out through the nose, with your eyes closed for a moment. I want you to bring your awareness to the solar plexus. Visualize a yellow sphere of light like the sun. As you breathe in, that sphere of light glows brighter, and as you exhale, it is pulsating, strong like a heartbeat. This place on your body, this place in your energy body is all about confidence, courage, motivation, responsibility, accountability, but not blame. It is taking ownership and stepping into your power to do amazing things for yourself and for the collective. With your eyes still closed, I want to invite you to think of your biggest obstacle that you have been facing in life. And once you are aware of your biggest obstacle, I want you to be really brutally honest with yourself. How have you perhaps blamed that obstacle on other people?